Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm so excited to work with you today. Before we begin, take a deep breath with me. In and out. Great. Today we're going to read, think, and create using a story some of you may already know. Harry Potter. Remember, in this class, mistakes are welcome. They help us grow, so feel comfortable taking risks today. So let's start with a quick brainstorm. Imagine you discovered something surprising about yourself, maybe a special talent or a secret. What words come to your mind? Okay, definitely you're going to be surprised. You're going to have different emotions. Good. Think quietly for 5 seconds. All right, now with your partner, you're going to share one word or idea. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, I like that. Great. So I heard words like confused, excited, scared, special. These emotions connect perfectly to our story today. Okay, so today, by the end of this short lesson, you'll be able to understand part of a story. You're going to notice how past tense verbs work, and then you're going to write a short alternate ending. So remember, our goal is not perfection, our goal is communication. All right. So I'm going to read one short part of the story aloud. So please listen for what is happening. All right. Now I'm thinking aloud. I noticed this sentence uses the word was. That tells me the action already happened. I also noticed the main ideas about Harry's life before he knew who he was. So when I read, I also ask myself, what is happening? Why does this matter? So let's take one moment for grammar, right? Just 1 minute, right? So stories are usually in the past tense, right? For example, he was alone. He lived with his aunt and uncle. He did not know the truth. So regular verbs end in ed, and irregular verbs change completely. So which is correct? He go to school or he went to school? Yes, went. Excellent. So this grammar helps your writing sound more like a real story. All right, so before we write, we plan. There's always a plan. I told you guys, writing is a process. You don't just sit down at your computer and write or grab a piece of paper and start jotting down your final draft. That's why we have first draft, final draft. We always plan. So if in the middle we have Harry, and then around it we're gonna talk about where he is, maybe how does he feel, what could change, right? And if you were here, um, if you were in this story, I want you to share an idea with a partner, right? Because planning makes writing easier and less stressful. So take a minute and talk with each other about planning the writing, which using this mind map that we've started on the board. So we have the circle in the middle, we have Harry, and around it we're talking about where he is, how does he feel, what could change, what's going on in the story, all the details that you need. So take 1 minute, and with a partner even, you can uh, finish this mind map. All right. So now that we have our mind map, we're going to write one short paragraph. You're thinking only about 4 to 6 sentences just to set the stage for our writing. So, I want you to change one thing in the story and then continue the story. So remember, you have to use past tense. You need to use one vocabulary word from our vocabulary list. And you need to keep the story logical. It needs to continue to make sense. And of course, as always, don't worry about being perfect. Focus on telling the story. All right, so let's check in. You're going to check in on your one short paragraph. Your task was to change one thing in the story and continue it. Use past tense, use one vocabulary word, and keep the story logical. And we weren't worrying about being perfect. We just wanted you to tell your story. Anybody want to share with us? Okay. All right, good. Anybody else? Very good. I like that. Very creative responses. You guys really took the story in another direction. That was really creative. So good job. All right. So this is what we call our post writing reflection. So what we're going to do is now that you've written, I want you to share with your peer reviewer. So you're going to get back in your partners and you're going to share with your partner and give them one positive comment. Because, of course, as writers, we grow by sharing with each other and sharing ideas and giving each other good feedback. So you're going to tell them what you liked about the story. You're going to tell them what you wanted to know more about. What part of the story did you want to know more information about? And then one thing that you would change about their story, right? So today, you read, thought, planned, wrote, and reflected. So that's real learning. And so thank you for your courage, your ideas, and your effort. I'm very proud of you guys. You did a great job of working together. Now, as you do your peer review and plan, remember you're telling three things: what you liked, what you wanted to know more about, and what you would change. All right, great job. Thank you again, everyone. I'm really proud of you for being courageous. Sometimes it's really hard to fight past the insecurity of learning a new language, but you got this. Great ideas, great effort. I'm proud of you, and we will continue this lesson tomorrow when we meet. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your day. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?